I'm about to show you how to take a person from one real video and move them into another real video so smoothly that it feels like it was filmed that way on purpose. It's all done inside Kling, and once you understand the setup, it starts to feel unfair how convincing the result is. Let's start with step 1, sourcing the base footage. Kling doesn't fix bad footage, it only amplifies what's already there, so choosing the right clips is the foundation of everything. First, you need your subject video. This is the clip where your main person appears. A good example is a woman walking naturally along the sand. What matters here is that the movement is simple and readable, the lighting is clean, and the subject is visible without obstruction. You want a clip where the camera is steady, the person is fully in frame, and there's at least one moment where their face is clear. Next, you need your destination video. This is the scene the subject is going to end up in. A fancy yacht works well because it feels cinematic and aspirational, but the specific location matters less than how it looks. The most important thing here is the color palette and lighting. Try to match the general feel of the first clip. Once you've selected both videos, download them in the highest quality available. Always choose 4K if you can. Higher resolution gives Kling more detail to work with, especially around edges, faces, and textures, and even if your final video isn't 4K, starting there improves the result. Now that you have your footage, we move into step 2, prepping the seed images that Kling will use to understand the transition. Open your subject video first. Scrub through the timeline until you find a moment where the person's face is clearly visible and not blurred by motion. It doesn't need to be a perfect pose, but it should be readable and well lit. Once you find that frame, export it as a JPEG. This will be your first reference image. Next, open the destination video. Go to the very first frame of the clip and export that as a JPEG as well. The reason we use the first frame is because it's usually the cleanest and most stable moment in the shot, which makes it easier for Kling to interpret. After that, take the destination frame and crop it tightly around the main subject of the scene. If it's a yacht, crop so the yacht itself is the focus, not empty sky or water. Keep the crop in a 16:9 aspect ratio so it matches video dimensions later. Save this cropped image as another JPEG. At this point, you should have 3 images ready. One frame of the person from the beach, one full frame of the destination scene, and one tight crop of the destination subject. Now we move into step 3, creating the hybrid image that makes the whole trick possible. Before Kling can animate anything, it needs a clear visual goal. This hybrid image tells Kling exactly what the end state should look like. To create it, use the AI image generator available within Kling's platform and upload the image of the person along with the cropped destination image. You want the person from the first image to appear naturally inside the second scene without strange positioning or scale issues. Start with a very straightforward prompt like, "Woman from first image, standing on the bow of the yacht from second image." This makes it clear which image provides the subject and which image provides the environment. Once the image generates, pay close attention to scale. This is where many attempts fall apart. If the person looks too large or too small compared to the yacht, don't regenerate randomly. Instead, refine the prompt by adding real-world context. For example, you can update it to, "The yacht is 100 feet long, woman standing on the bow." Adding physical dimensions helps the model understand proportions, which leads to a more believable result. Take your time here. This image doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to look convincing at a glance. When you're happy with the hybrid image, save it. This image is the target Kling will animate toward. Now we move into step 4, animating everything inside Kling. Open the video generation interface. Select Kling 1.0 or the latest available version. Make sure you're using image to video mode because this workflow depends on animating between images rather than generating from text alone. Upload your assets carefully. First, upload the image of the woman from the beach as the starting image. This tells Kling where the motion begins. Then upload the hybrid image of the woman on the yacht as the target image. This tells Kling where the motion should end. What Kling does here is interpolate the movement between these two states. It tries to work out how one scene would naturally turn into the other, filling in camera motion, body movement, and subtle environmental shifts. For the prompt, keep it short and functional. Long prompts often make the motion messy. A simple line like, "Transition from the woman walking on the beach to her standing on the bow of the yacht," is more than enough. Generate the video and let Kling process it. The result will be a short, AI-generated transition that feels like a real camera move rather than a hard cut. Now, step 5 is where the trick actually sells itself. Open your video editor. CapCut works perfectly well for this. Place your clips on the timeline in this exact order. First, the real beach footage. Second, the AI-generated transition from Kling. Third, the real yacht footage. Trim the start and end of the A. I clip slightly so the motion flows cleanly into the real footage. You don't want the transition to linger or draw attention to itself. The goal is for the viewer to feel like they're watching one continuous sequence. There's also an alternative version of this trick that works just as well and sometimes even better. Start with a stock video that already looks great, for example, a man bowling. Take a clear frame of that character and export it. Then use an image generator to change the character, swapping the man for a different person while keeping the pose and framing similar. Once you have that swapped image, return to Kling Image to Video. Upload the original stock frame as the reference for motion and color, and upload the swapped image as the target. Kling will animate the new character using the original footage as a guide, keeping the movement and lighting grounded in reality. This works especially well with clean stock footage, where the camera movement is simple and predictable. Once you've tried this a few times, you'll start seeing where it can be applied. Travel shots, lifestyle content, cinematic transitions, even ads. How will you use this AI video trick? Let me know in the comments below. While you're there, check the description for some helpful resources that I've linked, and don't forget to like and subscribe.